Today we're taking a look at these NHL matches, which are happening on Monday, February 13th, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want to access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comment section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comment section below. Ottawa Senators versus Calgary Flames. On paper, the Flames certainly have the deeper team, especially with Jacob Markstrom in net, who on his day, can be considered one of the best goaltenders in the league, making Calgary understandably the favorite in this one, but in their past 7 meetings, it's the underdog that's come away with a 5-2 mark. In the past 7 head-to-head meetings, the Senators have an impressive 5-2 mark, as well as a 5-2 record in their past 7 meetings in Ottawa. So with the Flames struggling for consistency since the All-Star break, taking the underdog may be the best bet here. Take Ottawa with the money line. While goal scoring is something these teams are both capable of, they've struggled to do so on a consistent basis, especially in this head-to-head Canadian rivalry, as the under is 3-0-1 in the past 4 meetings in Ottawa, as well as 4-1-1 in their past 6 games overall. For Calgary, the under is 5-2 in their past 7 games playing against teams with a losing record, and for the Senators, the under is 10-3 in their past 13 games at home. So while this one should be intense, intriguing, and have all the atmosphere of a playoff game, don't expect many goals. Keep it simple. Take the under 6.5 goals. Arizona Coyotes versus Nashville Predators. The Predators won the first game between these teams this season, and I expect them to easily win again at home tonight to cover the puck line. The Coyotes have been one of the worst teams in the league offensively this season. They've scored just the 5th fewest goals in the NHL, generating the 3rd fewest expected goals and the 5th fewest high danger shots in the league. Nashville's been good defensively, allowing just the 12th fewest goals in the NHL. Juuse Saros has been good, and I expect him and the Coyotes to shut down the Yotes' struggling offense. Arizona's been just as bad defensively, allowing the 7th most goals in the NHL and giving up the 3rd most expected goals and the 7th most high danger shots in the league. I expect a multi-goal win for the Preds at home. Take the Predators' puck line here at home. Both of these teams have trended under this season, and I expect that to continue tonight. In Coyotes games this season, the under has gone 27-26, and in Preds games, the under has gone 25-22-3 this year. The reason both of these teams have struggled this season is that they both haven't been able to score. The Coyotes have been one of the worst teams in the league offensively this season. They've scored just the 5th fewest goals in the NHL, generating the 3rd fewest expected goals and the 5th fewest high danger shots in the league. Nashville struggled offensively as well, scoring just the 7th fewest goals in the NHL. The Preds have been good defensively, allowing the 12th fewest goals in the league. With 2 good goalies in this game, with Juuse Saros and Karl Vejmelka projected to start in this game, I expect them to shut down these struggling offenses and keep this to a low-scoring game. Take the under here in Smashville. Florida Panthers versus Minnesota Wild. The Florida Panthers have taken a step back from winning the President's Trophy last season and come into tonight's game with a 26-23-6 record. They've played well recently with 3 wins in their last 4 games. On Saturday night they lost 5-3 at home to the Avalanche in a very entertaining game, getting outshot 50-45 and just slightly being outplayed by an expected goal rate of 4.45 to 4.33. The Minnesota Wild have had a good season and are tied in points with the Colorado Avalanche in 4th place in the Central Division with a 28-24 record. They've been in a bit of a slump recently with just 3 wins in their last 9 games. They ended a 3-game losing streak on Saturday with a 3-2 shootout win against the Devils. The Wild were outshot 29-24 but outplayed them by an expected goal rate of 2.64 to 2.41. The Panthers are playing much better offensively than the Wild this season, and with that, I give them the edge to win tonight on the road. They've scored the 6th most goals in the NHL, generating the most expected goals and the most high danger shots in the league. Minnesota struggled offensively this season, scoring just the 9th fewest goals in the NHL, generated the 12th fewest expected goals and the 12th fewest high danger shots in the league. Florida already won the first game between these teams this season and think that offensive edge lead them to win again. Take the Panthers to win as an underdog on the road. The over in Panthers games this season has been one of the most profitable bets in the NHL this year, going 31-24 on the season and 9-1 in their last 10 games. The first game between these teams this season easily hit the over with 8 total goals, and I expect it to hit again here. Florida's offense has scored the 6th most goals in the NHL, generating the most expected goals and the most high danger shots in the league. I expect them to score against a struggling Wild team. The Panthers have struggled defensively, allowing the 10th most goals in the NHL, giving up the 7th most expected goals, and the 3rd most high danger shots in the league. With that poor defensive play, I expect Minnesota to be able to score and contribute offensively to push this game over the total. Take the over 6.5 here and expect plenty of goals. Detroit Red Wings versus Vancouver Canucks. Detroit was a -130 favorite in their previous game, and they defeated the Vancouver Canucks 5-2. Dylan Larkin scored twice and had an assist. Jonathan Berggren scored twice. Ben Sherratt and Moritz Seider each had 2 assists. Bill Husso stopped 33 out of 35 shots faced. Vancouver was a +110 underdog in their last game, and they lost 5-2 against the Detroit Red Wings. Anthony Beauvillier scored a goal and had an assist. Elias Pettersson scored a goal. Spencer Martin allowed 5 goals on 25 shots faced. The offense has been efficient for the Canucks this season. Vancouver ranks 9th in goals per game and 20th in shots per game. They scored 4 or more goals in 4 of the last 7 games. Elias Pettersson leads the team with 64 points on the season. JT Miller has 48 points and Andrei Kuzmenko has 44 points. The Canucks recently traded Bo Horvat to the New York Islanders. While the Red Wings won the only matchup between these two teams this season on Saturday, Vancouver will bounce back at home. The game was in Detroit and Spencer Martin struggled in the net. Vancouver's offense struggled in the game, but they have a good offense. The Canucks ranked 9th in goals per game. Despite scoring 5 goals versus Vancouver on Saturday, the Red Wings have been struggling on offense recently. Detroit scored 3 or fewer goals in 8 of their last 10 games. They rank 22nd in goals per game and 27th in shots per game. It will be difficult for Detroit to win 2 in a row against the Canucks. Playing at home, Vancouver will bounce back and defeat the Red Wings. Take Vancouver on the money line. The Red Wings have been struggling on offense recently. Detroit scored 3 or fewer goals in 8 of their last 10 games. They rank 22nd in goals per game and 27th in shots per game. In the last 10 meetings between these two teams, Detroit averages 2.20 goals per game, and Vancouver averages 2.50 goals per game. The under is 6-2 in the last 10 meetings between these two teams. This will be a lower scoring game and the under will hit. Take the under, 6.5 goals. Buffalo Sabres versus Los Angeles Kings. While the Sabres rank 3rd in the NHL averaging 3.67 goals per game, they rank 23rd in the league giving up an average of 3.45 goals per game. Taga Thompson ranks 3rd in the league with 39 goals, leads the Sabres with 69 points, and has 3 goals and 3 assists in the last 3 games. Alex Tuch ranks 2nd on the team with 24 goals, and he has 2 goals and 2 assists over the last 5 games. Buffalo had won 3 in a row on the road before losing their last road game, and on the season, they have a better road record, 15-7-2, than home record, 11-14-2. On the season, the Kings are averaging 3.24 goals per game and giving up an average of 3.37 goals per game. Kemp leads the team with 26 goals, and before scoring 4 goals in the last game, he had 2 in the previous game. Fiala is the team leader with 55 assists, 18 goals, 37 points, and has a goal and 3 assists in the last 4 games. Kopitar ranks 2nd on the club in points, and he has 5 assists in the last 2 games. On the season, LA is 15-9-2 at home. The Sabres have lost 3 in a row, have been crushed in their last 2 games, and gave up 7 goals in their last game. They are currently out of the playoff picture, but they have played well on the road this season. Still, they are facing a Kings team that is coming off a shutout win and near the top of the Pacific Division. LA lit it up for 6 goals in their last game, and they will play well on the attack in this one, facing a Buffalo D that has had major issues this season and has given up 12 goals in their last 2 games. The Sabres will get some goals as well, as I think Quick will get the starts, but the Kings will score more, getting their second win in a row and sending Buffalo to their fourth straight loss. Take the Kings with the money line. I am leaning towards the over in this game, even though the Kings are coming off a shutout win. I look for the struggling Quick to get the start in between the pipes, and he will give up a few goals facing a Sabres attack that ranks second in the NHL in goals per game. Ella put up 6 goals in their last game, and look for them to also get it done on the attack facing a Buffalo team that has been lit up for 12 goals and losing their last 2 games. This game will be far from a defensive low-scoring affair, which is why the over is the pick.